My friends, Texas is going to be a tough one for Republicans. It's going to be a tough one for Trump because, on the one hand, you've got James Talarico, who they are trying to assail as Talafrico, who is coherent, he's articulate, he's on message. And meanwhile, we've got his opponent, Ken Paxton, who in a recent appearance with Sean Hannity on Fox News looks like maybe he took too many gummies. Okay, let's look at these examples. Here is James Talarico, the Democratic nominee for Texas Senate, being asked about these new attacks against him. They're calling you Talarico. They're going after you for supposedly being gay, for supposedly being a vegan. He's neither. And Talarico is ready. This guy is firing on all cylinders right now.
Ken Paxton, your opponent, has taken to calling you Talafrico.
Well, I think if Ken Paxton is worried about freaks, he should stop giving Epstein-style sweetheart deals to pedophiles.
Oh, boy.
You know, this is the guy who just released Adam Hoffman from jail and admitted child rapist after one of Ken Paxton's wealthy lawyer friends got involved in the case. Ken Paxton even kept him off the sex offender registry. Adam Hoffman was supposed to serve 25 years to life, but instead he served less than a month. As of this week, he's now back on our streets because of Ken Paxton's corruption. Ken Paxton is the most corrupt politician in America, and it is costing Texans. It's endangering our children, and it must end. I think the Epstein class has no place in Texas, and this November, we're going to come together to defeat Ken Paxton and take back our state for the people.
If they thought that Talarico was going to take this laying down and just, be happy merely to compete and end up losing his race by 4 or 5 points, Talarico may lose. Okay, this is why we have the elections. If you didn't need to do the voting, we wouldn't need to do the voting, but we've got to do it. And maybe he'll win, maybe he'll lose. But Talarico is not going to take this lying down. And it is hard to think of a worse candidate, and by the way, a worse person than Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton, the right loves to claim to be about law and order, claim Ken Paxton is an alleged criminal. They love to claim to be about family values. Ken Paxton has, personal relationship stuff that's antithetical to what Republicans claim to support and want. But also something just seems off with the guy. And here is Paxton appearing with Sean Hannity. And I got to tell you, he looks like he had too many gummies. That's the look on this guy's face. Take a look at this.
With more, the winner of last night's Senate primary in the great state of Texas. God bless Texas. Attorney General Ken Paxton, congratulations on your victory. With more.
It's quite a look on Ken Paxton's face. So I think that this is a phenomenal race to get involved in. We're going to talk to Mike Nellis about this race soon. And listen, none of these races are foregone conclusions. That's why we have the elections. Texas is an uphill battle for Democrats. Hasn't been a Democratic senator from Texas for decades. But this must be a moment where Republicans want Paxton to stop talking and they want Talarico to screw up. And instead, Paxton keeps talking, Talafrico and all of this stuff. And Talarico's not screwing up. He's ready. He shows that he's up for the fight. And it is going to be a brutal one for MAGA. And confronted with the childish nicknames that they're assigning him, Talarico goes, listen, the real issues here, they can call me whatever they want. But the real issues here are corruption. It's wealthy insiders. It's child predators that they're protecting. It's preferential treatment for their friends under the law. And I think that there's a danger for Republicans here that Paxton will be a reminder of how this whole we protect the children thing is directly undercut by the people that they vote for. They've spent years trying to build this idea that Democrats are pedophiles and they've got rings of child molesters and all of this stuff. But when you look at law and order, who's protecting children under the law, who's excusing those who have committed crimes against children, it doesn't look good for Republicans. And in that sense, Paxton is a disaster. So we see the clips of Republican officials and their wealthy friends getting sweetheart deals, and we learn about controversies over sex offender registries where they want to keep their friends off of it. And this branding of the Republicans protect the children really starts to crack. Now, there's one other thing that is very noticeable when you look at Talarico and Paxton. Style. On style, Talarico is calm. He never gets flustered. he's direct, he's confident, and he doesn't sound overly rehearsed, which there are some Democrats that are articulate, but they sound very rehearsed. They sound performative. Talarico doesn't. He's confident, but he doesn't sound rehearsed and performative. And sometimes Democrats lose because they sound technocratic and they sound not emotionally engaged. Talarico is not sounding technocratic, and he's sounding very emotionally engaged. So I think that it's an uphill battle, but he is well suited for the task. The clips are built for virality from Talarico, and he's very good at reframing conversations around the Republican vulnerabilities, and also just reframing conversations to remind the average voter, when you look around and you go, gas prices are up and grocery prices are up and jobs are down, and who's speaking to that? Ken Paxton's ranting about Talarico. The Fox News hosts are ranting about how they don't believe that Talarico really has a girlfriend, about how he's vegan, or as Trump pronounces it, vegan. And they go, that doesn't really connect to the situation I'm experiencing day to day in my household, in my family. And then Talarico comes in and he goes, hey, listen, this is what it's really about. They're protecting elites, and they're different sets of rules for different people. That resonates. So we're going to fight this one. He may not win, but he's got a shot, and he's going to be right in there. Some people assume focus is just about willpower. But if you've sat down to work and you're checking your phone, switching tabs in your browser, getting pulled into distraction, you know it's not that simple. I want to tell you about our sponsor, Brain FM. Brain FM is a music app designed to support focus. It's not the random playlists or ambient videos that people often will put on. It's music built from the ground up for cognitive performance. Brain.fm works with musicians and neuroscientists to create music that will interact with your brain's natural rhythms. Their patented audio technology is designed to influence brain activity related to attention. This is why Brain.fm is the only music app funded by the National Science Foundation. The app includes a number of modes depending on what you're doing: deep work, creative, motivation. There's a dedicated ADHD mode for people whose brains may benefit from extra support. There's also been peer-reviewed research published showing that their music increased activity in attentional networks and also improved performance on attention-based tasks. Try it yourself with 30 days free at brain.fm/Pakman. The link is in the description.